Okay, now the YouTube says that streaming is online. I don't know how it before having YouTube having that extra step, but... So today I'm going to continue with the bunnies in the sketchbook. We have some new work from last stream. I actually went and did some more sketches and more trying. I was trying to choose like which ink I wanted to use. I have some waterproof fountain pens here because I may have a video coming up at some point. I have the platinum pigment ink. Then I have the brown from the Atormentris. Another document ink, Urban Sienna. This is really light colored. Also, my favorite was this one. It's from Octopus Bright and Draw Ink, Brown Penguin. And it's the one I inked these three. Like these three sketches. And here is the swatch. It is really waterproof. It doesn't smear or anything. I don't know about the light fastness, but it says to be... it says only that it's waterproof. It has like 4 stars, so I think that is light fastness. But today we are not trying to solve the issue of the bunny hands, which I tried to solve here. Today I'm going to try some different inking tools. Thanks, Box of Paint and Hi. So, because I have the game project coming up, and because I do all the art for it by hand, I need to have something to, like, I want to keep my supplies same throughout the game and keep the art set the same. So watercolors I have chosen really while back, and these are Cyaneink Academies. One of my favorite paints, and the reason I like this, I really like the 12 color selection. I think there's like really, it brings really balanced out watercolors, and it has some like really traditional watercolor like tones, so it makes nice artworks. Most of my Bunday artworks are done with these ones. Last year I think I did the not last year. Yeah, before that I think I used Watercolor, but these are from the original, like 2002 and 2021. I used these. But for the inking supply, I'm not yet decided. I was thinking to use a fountain pen, something like Twispy or something inked with this octopus fluid. But now I'm looking into alternatives as well. So we have Tachikawa with the zebra key nib. And this is like traditional dip pen nib, so it doesn't have any tipping material on the tip, so it's scratchy and really not so nice to use. Then I have one from the Sailor. This is the Sailor Horokko, so it's like dip pen but without the feed. I have also the Fude version here, which has the feed. But it has Fude nib, so it makes really white lines. Yeah, the platinum is not light fast. That's why I'm a bit hesitant. Is the octopus fluid either. But actually for me, because I'm scanning all the artwork, it doesn't matter that much. Then I have some glass nib pens. The previous sketches were done with this one. But and it feels like it's like the it is a quite, this one was not so nice to use. This was a really thick nib. Yeah, I'm really surprised that this was really well. And if you are buying one, get one with the feed, because this with one with the feed it holds even more ink. I have feed only in this Fude one because I wasn't paying attention when I was ordering it, but so I didn't get the feed from the fine nib. Then I also have oblique nib folder with one of my dip nibs that has like the a little bit like a curve in the end, so it's more smooth. And I'm trying. Ow! I'm trying how this holds up. I also have one other glass nib I'm going to try. I'm not so sure will I like either of these ones. These are really, they produce quite thick line, which I'm not so fan of. Also we have the one of my pens I rarely use because it doesn't work, Trilog. It should be like dip pen, but it doesn't work at all. I'm not sure will it work this time, but probably not. I just have it here because I got it out of the drawer. And it's probably going to recycling after this one if it doesn't working. No, I didn't need to open this one. And this one was the one I was looking for. It has the, this is Trilog like inkwell. It has little like wells here. You can put ink in it. So this is something I was thinking I could try with the other dip pens, because I don't want to have the whole bottle of ink here open. It also comes with the pipette. It's really, really ugly pipette, I would say. I'm actually getting a glass pipette. Yeah. Better looking pipette. Oh, the jet has been going. I can't see anything because the light is shining there. Yeah, I've been thinking that these straight ones, they lay very wet line, so I'm trying this spiraled one. Also, I have the glass nipped fountain pens, but those are vintage, so I'm not putting the waterproof ink there. They are also sack fillers. Trilog. Yeah, the Trilog is like one of those things I have been like really annoyed because I like the idea, but it just isn't working. But the well I'm liking because it's like really heavy. It's like full metal, so it's like super heavy. So, and it isn't, I can't even knock it over, so it's good because I always get quite scary when I have like open ink bottle on my table because I tend to knock things over. Also, I don't like dipping pens into my inks. You see, like this one has dirty nib a little bit. I don't want to contaminate because I use those in the fountain pens, and if the fountain pen have contamination in the, it doesn't dip that deep there, but well, but first we need something to ink. So, well, let's go with the testing first. I'm really curious about the Trilog as well because I want to give it like the last chance. And with these waterproof inks, they usually have stuff on the bottom that has some sediment, the pigment suspension, so they need to get some mixing going on before use. These I have been all recently used because I did the test sheet, so it's not so bad, but when I opened these like first time, they were like super. It doesn't hold that much ink. Only a few drops. I think this octopus fruit has annoying cap. Somehow it doesn't want to screw on properly. I'm actually cleaning the pipette right away because I just remembered there's a waterproof ink, so it probably will stay in the pipette. Let's first go with the drill lock. Yeah, they shake. They need so much shaking. Like when I had this in my drawer quite a long time. Oh, and this one had actually done it already. There was like this whole bottom was like this light brown, so I had to like shake it so a long time it's like got usable state. So we have the drill lock. I haven't done anything to it for a while, so I don't expect it to write at all. I'm just like more like testing it for testing sake because it's like happens to be there. Oh, it's right. I'm surprised because I have been using this pen, trying to use this pen for quite a bit and it hasn't been writing. Oh, can't stop. Yeah. Spoke too soon. Yeah, I can write like few words and then it goes. Also, this is one of those things I don't like is that when you need to like rotate it to get it working. And when you get it working, the ink color is completely different. If this drill lock would work as advertised, like being deep pen that could hold this much ink, it would be perfect, but nope, because this will make really consistent line. Boxer painters. It is like when we eat something terrible and take one more bite just to check it. Yeah, it has been going on with this drill lock for so long. Like, I just have to like make sure it's not okay. Like, it has suddenly turned out to be perfect pen in my drawer, and I'm like, nope, it hasn't been turned up to that. Let's go with something I'm more of thinking. Probably this one. I am not so. I'm actually moving the ink well out of the sketchbook. So now we have the Sailor Fude. It's Hokoro. And this can make thick lines and thin lines. And this is quite fountain like to use. So there is not that much of the like learning curve. But I'm not sure do I need this much line variation. Yeah, the drill lock is like it's right run one word and then it's like out of ink. This can write quite a bit, and if you drip it in the bottle, like it's got the full ink capacity in the feed, it's like writes even longer. It's definitely on my maybe list that I could use. I'm just like dipping this on my watercolor water, so I probably need to change that at some point. Then we have the regular fine nib. It doesn't have the feed. But what I like, it still has a tipping material, so it's not so scratchy as the regular nib pen. This can not write so long, but I think if I get the feed here, it would be probably going on a bit longer. And like the sharpest G nib. I think my nibs are Nikkor. Also Zebra makes the similar type of nibs. These write really fine, and they can write really wide as well. But these are not so easy to control, and they have a little bit scratchy feeling. Sorry. Dogs are really barky today. Pojat! Hey! They are not listening to me. I'm sorry. They are like being super loud today. I also will test this one. I have never tried the oblique before. This is a bit smoother writing experience than the Nikkor. Let's try the spiral one. It's taking like half of the ink. Okay, oops. This one is quite scratchy. But this one writes really long time. I think this is better than the straight one. Because the straight one has laid out quite wet lines. This one not so much. So I think my tipping here is loose, is like sharpest tip. It's a bit dull. I think I will. Oh, poor Dante. Yeah, like Levi and Ruka are like really. Yeah, Ruka is smart enough. He knows when the dog's bark is coming from like speaker or something like that. But when somebody parks on the background, like our backyard, he will be really confused because he cannot see much because there's so much trees and stuff. Cats haven't even noticed. Yeah, that's good. I think I could do with the Trilog. I'm definitely not going to ink anything. But I think with the Sailor, Horoka and Fude, well, Fude and fine, and the Nikkor, and maybe with the glass nip pen with the spiral one, I think I could do one more small illustration of each, and then try the different inking tools, and then do the watercolors on those. This is actually inspired by my water dish, because my water dish is it's shaped like a bathtub, and it has like the little bunny figurine inside it. And it's actually good with the brush, because I usually wipe it in the bunny. And usually bunnies doesn't need a bath. They should never be bathed, like washed if unless it's not like absolutely necessary. Because they get really like cold easily. Foam is actually something I have never been around before, so it's actually, I noticed this bunny is like really long. Bean shaped. I want to give this a little bit of the more like so there's now some tile flooring as well. Somehow I was like wanting to have some carrots on the side of the thing. Maybe that's like good enough. I'm kind of wanting to continue with the theme of bunnies being in the bathtubs, but maybe not. Yeah, I was just like, often when I start to draw, I like want to add more details and more details, and then I will regret that on the stage, so I need to do the inking. So maybe I'll leave those out. Here actually, I think I can do the other wall here. I'm not so sure will I ink those all the way up. And here I have some space as well, but let's first up ink that one, because because I want to have like one inked and drying, and then having the, because I need to wait the ink to dry properly before adding watercolor. So let's go with the food in it. I'm not so experienced using footer, so I'm really knowing that there will be some mistakes. Bunny looks really shocked. And it looks like really uneven inking there. I definitely like pick it up the worst type of test, because there's so many. This line should be straight and it's crooked, so it will look like all the wall is crooking. So let's try to straighten it up. And now it's like touching this one. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like really surprised by the something in the water. Now the floor seams. Now these I'm actually going to do with the thick line, because I was first thinking to do double lining, but maybe not. And because I washed this earlier, it has now lighter ink color because it's now mixing with the water. But it's actually good for the flooring. So that much I could ink with just a one dip of the pen. So these Horokkos are super good, like not Horokkos, Hokoros. Hi Askia Luna. Yeah, I have had actually quite nice because I watched the dance stream before my stream, and then I walked at the dogs and everything. It's just like it's peaceful and quiet, and I can do some bunny work there. I think I'm letting this one to dry. I was thinking here adding some smaller illustration. I was thinking like side view of something. Okay, let's do like looking really funny. I think I drove it to the couch to pick all the it's like two small rabbits, so let's draw a larger rabbit here. Okay, maybe I sketch it in this way, that like I have the I do the head and the legs first. What he could be doing? I'm imagining like he would be reading a book or something like that. And I used a new type of hand I draw for bunnies. Actually, what I noticed that it's easier to draw it like a little bit wider on the top, so it should look a bit better. Now with this one, I will do the watercolor. It's weird that when I like test the inks, I'm like how I perceive colors is that I can't, when it's like not colored, I can't tell is the brown the right shade I'm looking for. Ah, I think I had one of the glass nib as well. I think I had one pen before these two, and it had the same problem, like it was not writing because the tip the tip shape need to be a certain type so the ink can flow, and if it's like chipped or something like that, it might be like it's not working. But it's always really sad, like when you get some cool like glass pen and it isn't writing. Oh, I should be inking this one. First I was so keen going on inking that. This one is going with the Sailor Horoko. Not Horoko. Horokko. Not Hokoro. I'm messing it up all the time. With this one I'm actually enjoying it a bit more because it's like a bit easier process than with the Fude, because with the Fude you have to be quite careful how you position the pen. And since this one is regular fine, it's just like no big deal to rotate the pen. Ah, why I inked that area? Well, I can't fix that anymore. I don't like doing ink work on sketchbook because I tend to, when I'm inking, I would like to rotate the paper, and rotating the sketchbook would be makes often stuff fly out of the table. I'm drying up the nib, rotating it to I lost my eraser from, well, I shouldn't be erasing that one yet. So let's get to the watercolor part. At first I was thinking I could use my Horadams, but let's go with the Academias. My water is stained because I rinsed all the ink there, so I have like now brown water as well. Yeah, it's like I actually was opening my old palettes before the stream because I was thinking I was at first thinking I could paint with something else, and I was figuring out like what to paint. I opened this tin and I was like adoring those colors on the lid, that they look really stunning. Like I sadly cannot show it because it's too large, but my core palette had also some really beautiful colors dried up on the palette. And I never clean my palettes. I just leave them as is because I usually use same colors, so I know that I will use the same color soon enough. I will actually give it a light bluish shade for the bubbles. I'm terrible at drawing foam. That is one of those things I have never been drawn before. And now I actually noticed there's just like... Oh, I was actually wanting to get tea before this one, but because I had issues with the webcam, I didn't have time to make tea. I actually noticed that he's like sitting in half empty bathtub because there's like no water there at all. Pojat! Let's see, can I like make it? Now the water looks brown. Maybe the bunny is shocked at like how dirty he has been or something like that. Levi! And I'm like in shading with the blue when I'm shading the white stuff. Because it gives the white like nice... it like gives the white impression that it's like gold white. Sparkling clean white. Our bubbles no bad. that might be mystery of surprised rabbit. Actually, no. When I had the bun, I'm not like, he was surprised about really like normal stuff, and it sometimes it was like in a funny way because I like bunnies are really expressive, so I noticed that he was surprised about something, and they were usually like really common stuff, like when I like cleaned his water dish, he was really surprised about that as well. And everything like new stuff I bring, he was really surprised on those as well. I was thinking these as like doing them in gold. I'm not sure how well I can do them looking golden, but I will try to give them strong shadow and then some of the warm yellow. That's really dirty in my palette. Not so dirty as the other yellow. The other yellow looks horrible. It's one of those things that I do when I have the like cheaper watercolors, like I don't clean the pans so well, and I may pick up the color with the dirty brush. But this also makes the process quicker. Like I don't need to like clean so much of the brushes, and it's like, and usually there is like a clean color somewhere. And this is something that would be cleaned if I would just wet it and just wipe it with the brush. But I prefer to have a synthetic flat brush I use for cleaning pans. Because those have a little bit like stronger bristles, so they can clean it a bit more on the surface. This one is sable brush, so I wouldn't like to use this for cleaning. It's really soft as well. I'm thinking about the tile color. I'm going with the green. This green is fine, but I was thinking more like I wanted to say perulin green, but I don't have perulin green in this palette, so we have to go with turquoise. We have to go with turquoise. Okay, so the inking on this array is so light that I can't, if I paint over the ink, it will be like disappear. So I need to be a bit careful. This is also something that flat brush would be really useful. I think I don't even have any flat brushes for watercolor. Like, I always use round brushes. I don't know why. And with the gouache I tend to use filberts. I'm thinking I'm giving a little bit more shading to the flooring. If I can get a bit more. Oh, this is cellulose paper. I use staining colors, of course, like sink it in the seconds. Another slide. It works okay. Like the shade of the brown is good, and I think it's not too strong and not too weak. But I don't like there's this, because my inking hand wasn't not so stable. It has a little bit of like lumps and bumps. I don't like that, especially here. There's quite a bit of lumps. Ooh, Earl Green tea. And that sounds good. Like at one point I was like really into green teas, and I was enjoying some of the what it was called. It was like Japan Senka or something like that. It was really good. I'm just thinking to do some painting on the walls as well, but maybe I'll leave those out. But for these I can do them brown. But for the ink color that is quite good. And for the line thickness that's good as well. So let's go to the next one. Where are my erase board? Here I already see that these areas really saturated in the ink. Same here, and same on this arm. Same there. I can like see the spot I need to dip my pen. So that's I'm not so keen on. So this one's more even with just with the footer. But I think because footer I need to dip it on like once in a while. And this one is needed more regular dipping. This time I'm trying to keep the bunny a bit more lighter so I can make shading work a bit more better. Somehow the uneven lines are not working at all. Yeah, I think Finland has one of the, I think it's early grey tea, and it's like really, it has really strong that bergamot aroma, and it's like, it really tastes like soup. Like some of the early versions are not good because they are like way too strong. Like I like the taste the tea and taste the, what they have like seasoned it. So if it's like said it's like mandarin green tea, I want to taste the mandarin and the tea. But some of these here are like, they have really strong like the added flavor. Like they don't, you can't taste the tea anymore. It's more like the flavoring you are tasting, and it's like it's not to my taste at all. Let's make the book purple. And the couch will be blue. I don't have blue place in my palette, but let's take the warmer blue and maybe I'll put it here. I'll give a touch of the red. I want it a little bit more warmer side. It's also a bit dirty because the palette was not cleansed. Also the I think the red neutralizes it really nicely. Oh, this is actually the tone of purple I really like. I have, I think, 3 of the fountain pen inks in this color because I just love the really light. I think it's called like Wisteria or something. A really light bluish tone. I definitely want to grab some tea after this one. I'm like feeling really tea right now. Like I need some tea. I have been actually lately going into the like trying the, they are from the water drop. So there's like cube you drop in the hot water and it like dissolves into the tea. And I have been using those quite a bit because I often forget to take my tea downstairs. So with those you can immediately take the tea and you don't need to have tea bag or anything. Actually mix it completely a different color now, so oh, this is more of the color I was looking for. Let's say the bunnies will like uneven colored sofas. Oh yeah, I know those lemon teas. Yeah, we have those. Like those are really common on the places that you don't usually drink tea. Like on our workplace, we have a lemon tea, and it's taste only the lemon. It's like I don't like it. It's way too strong. It's like tastes like lemon and nothing like a tea. It's like over flavored. And I feel that after in the cheaper teas, that is more common to have like really strong aroma because the tea itself isn't having enough like aroma. That's why I'm also getting into the like herbal teas. Like the evening tea I like to drink is herbal mix. So it doesn't like aroma of anything, but it tastes like it still tastes good. It has like I think chamomile or chamoil or chamomile. How it says in English, I don't know. And I think it's just like Valeria or something. So it's like calming evening blend. It tastes really nice. Like it has really like a fine aroma. Oh, just like dipped my dirty brush in the palette. Yeah, I do that quite often with this one. But at the same time, the dirt is only on the surface, so it can be easily cleaned up. I'm trying to bit more shading in this one. Ah, chamomile is the right. Okay, good. Because in Finnish it's chamomile, so that's quite close to it. Ooh, I want coffee all the time, like really. I drink too much coffee, like really too much coffee, and I have been trying to like quit coffee many times or lessen the amount, and it's like it's really hard here because it's quite common to drink coffee, and it's also the thing that it's often gets almost like automated. If you go to like if you go to visit someone, they will offer you coffee, and it's like it's polite to agree, so you always will be drinking coffee when you visit someone, and of course you will get the second cup usually. So it's like if you stay there for long, you may end up drinking like 3 cups of coffee on that one visit. And if you are doing some other stuff at the same time, like visit someone else, you will again get offered coffee, and you will just take that because it's the polite way. So yeah. Also at the work I drink way too much coffee, so at the home it has been much easier to like drink a little bit less coffee. Yeah, and speaking about favorite teas, that evening tea I got, it tasted so good. Like it's first chamomile tea that I think tasted good. And when I went back to the store, I noticed it was gone, like out. So I ran through multiple of those stores. It's a chain, like normal. I don't know. It's like is it like international, but it has a regular stuff, and they are really inexpensive always. So I got it from normal, and then I like ran to another normal and bought like 5 bags of tea because they still had that. But yeah, I have been learned like stock up because I think here because tea is not so big thing in Finland, and often they have like seasons or like limited editions, or they have like one run of certain tea and then it's like phases out. So it's like really annoying. Like when I find my favorite, like there's one really good mandarin tea, mandarin green tea. I think it's from Lipton. It was so good. I liked it so much. I drank it many, like I think almost a year. But then suddenly it was gone. Like you couldn't get it anywhere. Yeah, breakfast is really good time for coffee. I actually had a coffee for breakfast as well. There's comedy here about like are going to see everyone in the village on the Christmas and being served full Christmas dinner at each. Yeah, that is like if you come to Finland and visit like all the relatives in the same city, you will get serve it like the coffee and pulla. Like in every place. Especially if you're visiting like older relatives, those usually have coffee and pulla. Iced tea is good as well. I bought like little like satchels you just like pour in the water, and those were so good. Like I don't know where I got them, but they are good. They don't have too much sugar because I'm like those iced teas you buy in the cartons. They usually are really sugary here, like really overly sugary. So. But I was thinking next summer I'll probably making my own iced tea because I don't want to drink the sugary stuff. So now I need more bunnies. I'm almost a bit scared of using the Nikkor nib because it's really sharp, it's really scratchy, and it's also really unforgiving. Oh, I said tea bags you put in the water bottle and shake aromizing. Yeah, I have those from Lipton, I think. They are from Lipton. At here they come like little jars. I think they're called like cold infusion or something like that. But at least they are similar and they are so good. Now I'm like feeling I don't have any inspiration left. This has actually been my problem this year, is that when I have started drawing again, I don't know, am I like running my inspiration wrongly or something like that? Because it feels like I run out of inspiration when I have drawn like 2 pictures. Oh, licorice root. Yeah, that's quite strong stuff because I think many of the packages that like the teas that have licorice root have like warning there. I like salty licorice. I don't like regular licorice. I like it salty. I was thinking maybe I could do something different here. A peach flavor. Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, I always think that like when you do like at one year I was doing those cold brew coffees at home because I noticed that they tasted better when I did it on home, and also it was much cheaper to do it at home than do it on the cafeteria. Yeah, like it's really weird. I think it's because I have been having art block last year, and I stopped like drawing almost completely, and now I've been drawing again. But I think I somehow, I don't know. I think I should like change how I think about inspiration, because currently it's like I don't carry sketchbook anywhere with me because it's too big to fit in my pocket or anything like that. Also, I don't write my ideas down that often. But I think that might be a reason why I feel like I'm out of areas. Also because I'm painting a little bit less. Oh, that sounds so good. Like office, we have subsidized cost for the 2 coffee shops, and it was so cheap. Yeah, I would do. That would be really bad for me because I would, I would be constantly running on getting some vanilla latte because I love vanilla latte so much. So I'm like really would running on the coffee shops. But at the work we have like the regular coffee machine there. It feels like £2 for big coffee. That's so cheap. Like that's so cheap. Currently my workplace isn't there's any cafeteria near it. So it's actually good. And content was even cheaper for brand name coffee was lovely. Yeah, actually in the office we have like the coffee is provided by our company. It's like standard in Finland. But usually it's like regular, like the Paulik. Paulik is the Finnish roasting company, so we have usually some of the Paulik coffees. I think we have a President, and it's like dark roast, but it's not that dark. And then we have the machine that you can grind it grinds the coffee from the beans, and like gives water quickly. But I don't like the machine coffee because the machine makes it like really. It makes it really fast. The coffee tastes a little bit bitter, so I like it from the like regular Mokka Master because it's like the drip process is much slower. So it's I think coffee is like better. It tastes more aromatic. At one point, I was really like I want to have the what's it called, percolator, or in Finnish it's mutteripannu. It's like it has shape like. Well, if I'm going to draw it, I could at least draw it in the right perspective. So it's like, it's called Bialette. I got it from I actually think I ordered it from the Italy. I'm not so good at drawing it without reference, but I think this should be here. This should be less wide. It looks like that. Glass elevators that face the canteen. What? When the canteen people would watch you get in, the door close and you panic as there's no button inside. Oh, that sounds. That's like an elevator from my nightmares. Because I'm like terribly afraid of the elevators, so I never use them unless I absolutely must. So here we have a mokkapannu. Yeah, percolator. I think that's what it's called in English. Then But in Finnish it's mutteripannu, so it means like mutteri is like bolt pan. There was a panel with the floors and you press it to calm them down, but if you just walk it in after someone got off the door skills at you. That's horrible. Like I'm so afraid of elevators that I'm like, nope, not going in. Especially anything that is old or anything that is small. Nope. No, small elevators are the worst. Especially those, some of the old houses have like really old elevators here. Those are like, and those are like middle of the stairs, and they are like that one like gauge that goes up and down. Those are horrible, like absolutely horrible. I'm like, nope. I can use elevator if it's like, if it's newer and if it's like really big elevator. But anything that is meant for like only fit only 2 to 3 people is like, nope. Yeah, percolator is really strong. I know, that's why I like it. I definitely like it. Like it a lot. And it was so good. Like I had one coffee bean, like pack of coffee beans that was like, they were really aromatic. They taste like chocolate. They were so good. And I had those beans specifically grind for the percolator. I was thinking getting my own in the office, but then I decided that I will go with the company coffee. Because there are some that have like the, they came with their own like little like heating pad. They're like electric, so that would work so well in the office. But I was then thinking that it would not be good because it would mean that I would drink more coffee in the work, and that's definitely something I shouldn't be doing. So I had the one that you put just on the oven, not the oven, the other place, and the stove top. I don't know why color this is blue. I actually saw that they used to have a like bright green version of the percolator. But that version was gone when I was getting my percolator. I think I go with this. No, this palette didn't have a black. I was thinking go with the black, but yeah, the coffee is like really, because it's like because the percolator like heats up the water, and then it like pushes out the steam through the coffee beans, so the steam actually smells like coffee. But I would imagine if I would take one in the office, it would be probably like when I'm I'm done doing my when like I'm doing my coffee, there would be like probably some co-workers waiting there with their coffee cups. It's also funny, like when you're at the work and then we have like our own cafe area there. Well, at the coffee maker. When you put the coffee maker on, like the regular drip one, and there's like nobody in the cafeteria. And then when you put the coffee maker on, always somebody comes. Like I don't know, do they hear or do they smell like there's coffee coming? Oh. I'm trying to mix some darker shade here in the corner. It's one of actually the weaknesses of this palette. Like the colors are not super strong. Like it's quite hard to get black in this palette or dark colors. Like this one is a mix of burnt sienna and ultramarine. Really classic gray tone. But if you try this same mix with the Horadams, it goes much blacker. That's maybe a bit too dark there. I didn't want it that dark. You know, when someone has just intent to make the first. Yeah, definitely. Brandy Home has sugar that makes smoky flavor and glitter cream just beautiful orange. Now I want coffee. But it's so late here that I know I'm not getting coffee. Also, I'm alone, so I'm like not making full pan of coffee. Just because for me. It just feels like all this coffee talk make me wanting more coffee. I'm thinking I don't want to leave that percolator blue, so I'm thinking should I just go over with the brown wash? Actually, I can't do it because I don't have anything, but I saw one video where they was actually using a watercolor, and then they sprayed watercolor fixative, and then they painted on top with the watercolor. That would be really fun. That was really funny looking because they'll make like painting and then they put the fixative and I think watercolor ground, and then they with big brush they like make like brown overpainting. Because with this one it would turn background brown and the coffee pot itself gray, which would be like perfect. Oh, that's so good. Like being able to just like fall asleep when you have drink coffee. I have lately been really careful at the time I drink caffeine because it seems to be a thing that affects my sleep a lot, so I'm one of those not so luckies. It does look a bit like it's golden or copper colored. I want to tone it down a little bit because I don't want it to look, it's like straight up blue. Ah, I was actually thinking like that if you don't affect the coffee, does the energy drinks have effect to you? I drink energy drinks really rarely, but when I actually drink them, they do keep me awake. But if I let like my tiredness go too long, then they are not helping. But I try really not to drink them. At least in my case, with the energy drink like Red Bull or battery, I feel that they are only like postponing the drowsiness. Like it will hit like later, and in my experience, even greater intensity. Now I'm really wanting to like try something like white gouache on this one. I have a white gouache, so let's get the gouache. I'm sorry if it sounds horrible because I need to open the drawer. Oop. I have been wanting to try matcha as well. Like we had a Japan store now in our city, so I could get proper matcha there because the matcha they here have is like super sugary. So I actually found that I do have gouache, and I have like other gouache than Himi. I have some of the Daler-Rohner ones. Then I have one Talens, and then I have Maimery. And also Winsor Newton. Some super old Winsor Newton tubes. And one odd tube of Linden gouache. Shinhan Pascolor gouache. The white was the one I was needing. Oh, it's rock solid. Like literally, I can hear it like. It has a little bit softness on the bottom, so I don't know, can you reconstitute gouache? Yeah, it's like completely dust. I will just put a little bit butter in the tubes. I'm trying to, like, yeah, it's not opaque enough, so there's probably not pigment present on there. Actually, now I'm remembering that this white tube of gouache was not so good in the picking with. It's solid. Like really solid. And it's not that strong even if I have it like the. Oops, I bumped the webcam. Yep, it's not working. Like usually you can. I don't know, is this like. I'm not trying the cap. This one is a bit better. But I'm definitely wanting to get maybe upgraded gouache. Now I've been painting with the Himi gouache quite a bit. I was thinking it could be time to upgrade. Because with the Himi it annoys me that their yellows are not opaque. They are like, and many of the other colors as well are not that opaque. I feel that this gouache is like not going to work with me. Yeah, it's like, this is like one of those whites that is like super, it's also old tube, but it feels like it's not, it says it's permanent white. I don't know the pigment, but it feels like it's almost like you have the binder on top and all the pigment is down there or something like that. It's not really wettable that well. Maybe it's because it's blank permanent. I don't know. It didn't say the pigment anywhere. But it's solid. Okay, let's see how the other. And by the way, this tin is like super cute. Do I have other white here? Seems like no. I have Mimer gouache, but there's no white in this one. It's a bit odd because they have This is probably, I have bought probably open stock. There's like black, magenta, blue and yellow. They are all primaries. But no white. Super odd if you are considering it gouache, because the Winsor Newton gouache feels okay-ish. Oh, this one is not. Rattly. Yeah. I think this one is gone. Of course I could always cut them open and try them that way. Oh, this one says, it says pigment PV3 and PV2, and light fastness is 5. So probably poor, I suppose. Because this one pigment blue 15, pigment black 6, pigment, this is light fastness Lumiere 1. So I think it's like, yeah, this one has poor light fastness. The other tube seems to be fine. This goes back what we talked in the dance streams that, oh, art supplies really go bad if you wait long enough. Azure Blue, Permanence A. It says made in England. England. It's a really old tube as well. This one feels okay. This one not. Then we have Alizarin Crimson. It's made in France. Pigment red 83. And light fastness is 4. So not so good. This one opens, so... Ooh, there's pigment on top, so... Definitely some separation is going on there. I think Winsor Newton gouache was one of those that was not recommended to dry in pans, because I think these dry like super hard. Let's see the brown. It was burnt sienna. Some separation and bubbles, but it's okay. At least it's like it's still in the format that it could come out of the tube. I'm like thinking, should I throw this white away? Because if I put it back there, I'll just like next time I will be as confused as now. There's the other color that was solid. Yeah, it's just purple. Box of pencils. Yeah, they are not band friendly. Good to know, because I was thinking them as one brand, but nope. No, I'm not putting those red rock gouache back there because they. Oh my god! I don't know what Winsor Newton does with their caps, but they are super hard to open. Same goes with their acrylics. No, the tube is twisting before the cap opens. I probably need to wait my boyfriend comes back so I can say to him that he needs to open my gouache tubes. Crunchy little rocks. Yeah, this one feels like rock solid as well. And no, it's not opening. But it's solid. Same with this white one. And they went to the bin. Because I'm not fighting with them. Graphing networking for the tea. What is like network diagram? Are you like where it come from or something like that? I'm thinking tea. I think I could paint tea bag here. I want tea so badly right now. Like, oh, actually, one of the fanciest tea I got was when I was in Dublin. I got tea. It was in like, it was in really pretty glass, and it was like a thick glass, but and there was like no handle, but it could it was not so hot to touch, so I think there's like air gap between the inner and outer part, but I think it was really a fancy way to offer some tea. Or should I bring it front? No, I can. Actually, I had tea plant as well, but sadly dried up in the not summer, in the winter, so it's probably not going to come back next year. But I was really fancy that I could maybe get some make some tea out of it, but sadly it didn't survive. Yeah, I probably grab some tea after my stream and before the Lana stream started. We have quite a bit much of time on the hands. But I was testing those where's the so it's not bunny related, but I think I can still count it as test. I love actually how thin lines deep pens do. Ah, so it's a starting point in the midline with the zero and then into the categories go around the circle line. Oh, that sounds useful. If you want, can you share it when you have done the diagram? I like how the dip pens look, but I don't like using them. They are like super scratchy here. Especially on this hot press paper. Not hot press, but the cold press paper. So I think the other nib there, it's a little bit like bent upwards, was more user-friendly. I'm actually wanting to do like now like the ink rendering in brown. Like do it completely with the ink and leave the watercolor out. Maybe I could give this bit of shading in the ink. When I started art, I was really into pen and ink illustrations. But then at one point I was doing more just inking and not so much watercolor. But it was mostly like it was depending on like what sketchbook I had going on. If I had like sketchbook that didn't do watercolor that well, I would just do the inking. And if I would have sketchbook that wouldn't take fountain pen so well, then it would be other stuff there. Well, at least the Trillock well is really super useful. It's like super sturdy and doesn't like it can't be knocked over. Oh, and tea-book. Yeah, leave the link in the Discord server. I sadly can't. I don't understand German that well, but I could look it up. I think the translators work quite well on German. That's definitely sounds like blog. When I read, I need to have tea in my hand because it's definitely sounds like tea time. I'm a bit like confused about the how I could make this glass look like glass. This brush is not the best for this job because it somehow has not so sharp point. Try to give it a little bit of the shading here. Oh, at one point I had I usually use Google Translator. It depends on the language how it works. I think German is like really, I would say, well constructed. Like it has clear format, so it like works quite well with the translator. Yeah, definitely. Like it can't be deep, but like I would be too scared using as the ink bottle something. Well, these are all the glass bottles, so they are really like heavy on the bottom, and these are quite wide as well. But having something like this one on my table, even if this is glass one, this is quite tall, so it quite easily you can just like knock it over. And that's why I have been getting some ink wells. But this one actually is fine. It's so tiny that I can use all the ink in the one dot. And I don't like waste much. And I don't need to like pour it back or anything like that. This tea bag looks somehow super sad in the bottom of this cup. I don't know why. It's making me feel a bit sad as well. at one point I was really into painting still lifes, and I was really into painting like glass object into still life. I wasn't very good at that because I was really early point in my artistic journey, but I was really adoring those artists that could do like super realistic artwork with the glass object. But I actually think that the watercolor is one of those mediums that suits really well for like glass still life. Oh no. I could hear that Levi was peeing on the floor. So be right back. I need to mop that up. And back, yeah. Levi is not house trained yet, so he sometimes pees on the floor. But he has also been today peeing quite a lot. Like, I don't know what's wrong. He has never been like house trained because he's still quite young. Well, not young, but under 2 years old. But today hasn't been the best day. He has been. And also I took him outside before I started streaming, so of course I can check that like 2 hours ago, and he couldn't hold 2 hours ago. He peed outside multiple times. I'm also getting some water. Speaking of water, did you notice I probably missed something in this illustration? The tea. There's like a dry tea bag in bottom of the glass without like any tea going on. Oh no, that's a bit funny. Yeah, let's add tea to the so the bag is not looking too sad. But I definitely get the that sort of sounds really handy way to like get to know what teas you want next time and what you don't. I actually do that with my the water cube drinks I have. I have the like, I think in my bullet journal I have their I save their wrappers and then I write a little bit did I like the taste or not. Because it's often when I like when I have to drink something I like forget what it tastes like, and when I'm ordering some more I may then get the ones I was like not liking. So I think it's a really good way to like record what teas you like. And for me it's like really hard to remember, like I may remember something that, oh, this is thing I have bought before, but when I start to think, did I like it or did I not like it, I may not like recall that part, so I sometimes end up then getting stuff that I noticed that I didn't like in the first time either. And especially with the teas, I try to drink the whole packet before getting anything new. And sometimes it's like, if you have like assortment, then you can like taste the different teas and then you know which one you like and which one you don't. So I think some kind of writing it down would be helpful in that case as well. So now the tea bag is not so lonely. Yeah, Askelman said this has happened to me before. I simply forgot the water too. Yeah, it's like at one point I was thinking, why the tea bag look so lonely there? Like, of course it looks lonely if there's no water. It's really funny. Funny mistake. But I think I need to end the stream soon. Because at Levi, I need to get him outside again, so he's not being on the floor. It's so annoying because we have parquet floors. Well, the parquet floor is like gone. It's ruined. So it's not so big deal, but at the same time it's really annoying, like, because I don't like having dog pee on my floors. Especially when the Ruka was puppy. Ruka was really easy house train. He was really like not that much being inside. But yeah, now we have a tea bag in the tea and not in the empty jar. And I think I will go and take Levi outside again and hope he's like does enough being there. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and remember that there's Lana stream. It's starting in about an hour, so there's hour break. Perfect time for tea break, and then we have Lana stream in the Twitch. So bye.